Hi friends, good morning. I am Kalyan Dasari once again here at our Golconda Academy for upcoming special batch that is going to start on 24th of April, and the timings and the detailed schedule is already shared to every one of you. You may go through, and who are all interested may see to enroll as soon as possible. Now, today I would like to discuss one more new topic on English grammar, that is active voice and passive voice. Yeah, one more announcement. This is Saidulu sir's Golconda Academy Telegram channels. Scan it is. If you want to get daily updates on all subjects which are there in group 2 and on all other upcoming TGPSC exams, you may scan this code. The link is also given in our description, in this video description. You may join there to get daily updates and participate in the group discussion whenever the questions are posted, because we will curate, we will take special care to post those questions which are very important for your upcoming groups exams. Okay, so with this special note, I would like to go for the topic, that is active voice and passive voice. So see, here we are discussing English grammar, which is exclusively for group 2 exam. Okay, so if you see last year paper also, there is one question on this special topic called active voice and passive voice. Okay, one question is guaranteed, minimum one question, and more than one question also we can expect in upcoming exams. Okay, so now first let's discuss what is active voice and what is passive voice. So all of you just focus here. Active voice means there is called something called subject, object, and verb. Okay, these three, if you know, you will get to know what is active voice first. The syntax, or say the general rule to recognize a particular sentence is in active voice, is this: you will have subject plus verb, the relevant supporting verb, plus object. If any sentence is of this form, then you may call it as active voice. To understand what is active voice, you just have a brief regarding what is subject, what is object. Verb, obviously, you know, any action or any work that we do is verb. So see, what is subject? An active, the person who does an activity, the person who does an action is called simply subject. The person who receives that action, who receives that task, the task that is executed, that is done by subject, is received by the person called object. I know little, it will be little confusing. Let me take one example, will be more clear. So see, Rama killed Ravana. Now just focus on this example. The subject is Rama and the task is killing, and who is receiving that task of killing? Ravana. So Ravana is subject, Ravana is getting killed. The person who is receiving the task that is done by subject called Rama is called object. Object here, like limited to this topic alone, don't go beyond what we are discussing now. In active voice, if I call subject, subject is the person or the noun that does an action. Object is the person or any noun which receives that action. Let me take one more example to make it clear. Surya loves, say, Jyotika, his wife. Look at this. The person called Surya is subject. The task is love, which is verb. The relevant verb Surya is singular. So accordingly, you have used singular form of verb called love. And Jyotika. Jyotika is the object here, or you say the receiver. You may simply call in one word Surya is subject, or say the doer. Okay? Surya is, look at this, Surya is doer of the task. You get my point? And Jyotika is receiver. Okay? He is doing an action, she is receiving that an action. So to identify this sentence as an active voice sentence, you must understand that there should be a noun which is called doer, and that noun does some task, and to receive the task on the other end there is someone else called receiver. Okay, so in other words we call it as subject and the receiver is object. Okay, so I think I am clear to you all. This is about active voice. Now what is passive voice? I will take any doubts also, and as I mentioned, we will also be providing the rules, the precise notes in short form so as to make you understand and revise quickly. Okay, we believe in quick and quality teaching. Instead of teaching any other material or any other stuff in the market which is not relevant for exam, we have to discuss anything which is most suitable, which should help you out crack your exam. That is our main motive here at our Golconda Academy. So see, now I am talking about passive voice. Okay, so see, passive voice means what? I told you already, for active voice we have subject, verb and object. For passive voice, just do the reverse. Object should come first, then verb obviously, then subject. If this pattern is followed, red is okay, fine. Okay, see, fine, let's continue, no problem. So see here, object, verb and subject. Passive voice, the syntax is this: object should come, verb should come, subject. I told you the difference between object and subject. That means if you know who is receiving the task, the sentence should start with him or her. Okay, and the doer of that activity should come in the end. This is only the basic rule, basic principle of identifying whether the sentence is in either passive or active. If the doer is in the end and the receiver is in the start of the sentence, then we call it as passive voice. Let me take the example that I discussed just a while ago. Rama killed Ravana, right? Now their object was Ravana who got killed. Now that means my sentence has to start with my sentence has to start with object. So Ravana was killed. Ravana was killed. This is the verb form. Ravana was killed by Rama. Ravana was killed by Rama. What is the meaning of it? This, to call it as passive voice, to recognize if the given sentence is given in passive voice, make sure that the doer comes in the end of the sentence. So the receiver of that task will come in the starting of the sentence. Ravana is the person who got killed, but who killed? Rama killed. So we start with the receiver and we end the sentence with the doer. This is general principle to identify whether this is active voice or passive voice. Especially in passive voice, doer comes in the end, receiver comes. That is, the sentence starts with the object, ends with the subject. Let me write for the before previous example also. What was that example? I said Surya loves Jyotika. Now, who loved whom? Jyotika received the love from Surya. So, loves I use there. So, for that, supporting verb should be Jyotika is loved by Surya. Jyotika is loved by Surya. What is the meaning of it? The person Jyotika received love from Surya. If you understand, in the previous example also, when I said, okay, I'm writing that also here just to make you understand again. Surya loves Jyotika. Look at this carefully. I said this is active voice. Okay. In active voice, the subject Surya is loving the person called Jyotika, and this Jyotika is object for us. This is active voice. When it comes to passive voice, listen carefully, focus here, pay your 100% attention here. The person Jyotika is loved by Surya. So in these two cases, if you see, who is the doer of an activity that is called love? Surya. Who is the receiver of that activity? Jyotika. So we are not changing who is the doer, who is the receiver. The doer and receivers, they remain same. Only the order will change. We say that Jyotika is loved by Surya in passive voice. Surya loves Jyotika in active voice. Similarly, if you recollect this example also, Ravana was killed by Rama. Which voice is this? Passive voice, because the receiver, the sentence started with the receiver of that activity, that action. Now, for this, I'm writing this for you once again to make you understand more clearly. Rama killed Ravana. Okay? Subject, verb, and object. Now, the catch point over here is obviously it is active voice, and to this active voice, passive voice was Rama was killed by Rama. Now, the take home point from here is, when you have a sentence in present tense, its passive should also be in present tense. Means, you can make a note, for voices especially, tense consistency must be followed. Tense consistency must be followed. What is the meaning of it? If I start a sentence or if I state a sentence in present tense, its a passive should also be in present tense. Vice versa. If I talk about a sentence which is in passive, is in present form, its active should also be in present form. This is the most important point. Next, the verb form should be taken accordingly, that we will discuss. And there are some exceptions where you cannot change the sentence into active to passive or passive to active. For example, any perfect continuous tense, be it present, past, or future. We have already discussed tenses in great detail. So, any perfect continuous tense will not be changed into otherwise. Okay. Next, see here, I will take few more examples. Say, Sai Pallavi is loving me. Can you understand the tense of this? Sai Pallavi is noun, is plus V1ing. Okay. Verb 1 ing. So is V1ing and object. This is in simple present continuous tense, and I would say this is active voice. I will name it as active voice, because what is the condition here? What is the statement talking about? I told you, understanding the meaning of the given sentence is very, very important to catch the exact sentence what it is talking about. You should focus on the sentence meaning before changing into it. So see, Sai Pallavi is loving me. The who is the doer? Doer of the activity is who? Sai Pallavi. Who is the receiver? Me. She is loving and I am receiving that activity. So she is the doer. Sai Pallavi is the doer. Who is the receiver? Me. In this sentence especially, who is the receiver of that love? Me. So Sai Pallavi is loving me. Subject is there, supporting verb is there, and object is there, which is called receiver. So this sentence is in active voice. Now, to write its passive voice, I told you subject verb object should be changed to object verb and subject. Means what? I have to start with this person called me. So see, me in active form it should be written as I. Okay. I is loving becomes am. Is loving progressive form, so it should be written as I am being loved, which is continuous form. For continuous form, being verb is used to make it passive. Okay, I am being loved by whom? Sai Pallavi. Hope I am clear to you. Okay. So, I, the subject. Here, the receiver is I again, because I am being loved and she is loving. Who is loving? Sai Pallavi. Who is receiving that love? Me. That means, again, when you change the order into passive voice, we discussed that the meaning should not change. Here also doer is Sai Pallavi. Here also doer is Sai Pallavi only. Then what is the change? The first statement is in active voice. The second statement is in passive voice. So I repeat, the rule says the tense and the meaning of the sentence should not change when it goes to otherwise. Say from active to passive or passive to active, when you change the sentence, the meaning, the tense, and the category should always remain same. This is the general thumb rule for changing active into passive or passive into active. Okay. So there are some few exceptions as well, where how to change general instructions, orders, universal truths, and so on and so forth. This active voice, passive voice is also very important topic for your upcoming competitive exams. Okay, so hope I am very clear. Thank you all. Thank you for joining me live.